In September 2021, the City of Prescott received water quality test results for well number 3, indicating that the well exceeded the maximum contaminant level for nitrates. As a result, the well was taken offline. Additionally, in 2024, the United States Environmental Protection Agency established the first ever national drinking water standards for PFAS. Based on PFAS testing conducted by the city in 2022 and annually thereafter, Prescott's water supply is expected to exceed these new standards at all 3 of the city's wells. As a result, the city will be required to meet the new PFAS standards by 2029. Hi, I'm Matt Wolf, City Administrator with the City of Prescott, and we wanted to take a few minutes to give you an update on the project here at well number 3 and talk a little bit about the next project happening at well number 4 to meet these new standards. To do that, I'm going to turn it over to Matt Holman, the city's operator in charge for the city's utilities here in the city of Prescott.
So now we are in the original Well 3 building that was first constructed in 1971. A lot has changed with this project. We'll start here at the wellhead itself. We've had a new motor installed with this project. Currently this well is 276 feet deep. So when the well turns on, it pulls water up to the pipe here. And then before the addition was put on for the water treatment, these pipes actually used to just be plumbed straight over and out into the street. But with the addition, now the process piping flow goes up through this green pipe and over into the well 3 addition. So now we are in the well 3 addition, and this is where the reverse osmosis equipment is located. The city chose reverse osmosis because it removes nitrates and PFAS. It's one of the few systems that can actually do both. So now I will show you how the flow of water goes through this treatment equipment. So through the top green pipe is where the water comes from the well, and the first place it goes through are these 8 pre-filters. These are just meant to remove any sand or iron or scaling on any of the pipes. Once it goes through those, it goes down over to this high pressure pump, which is about 650 to 700 gallons a minute at normal operating speed. That high pressure pump will create high pressured water to push through the reverse osmosis system membranes. And then that goes over into all these different membranes. There's 144 membranes located on this system, and those are removing the PFAS and the nitrates from the water. So once all the water has gone through all of the RO membranes, it is then sent through this blue pipe overhead and over into this 7,500 gallon break tank. So the reason the city had to put the break tank in is because there's 95 pounds of pressure out in the street down here, and the reverse osmosis system does not create enough pressure to overcome that. So there's a booster pump attached to this break tank. So when the RO is running, it's filling this tank, and when it hits 80% capacity, the booster pump kicks in, and then it pumps water out into the street. And when it gets to 40%, the booster pump shuts off, the RO continues to run, and it just fills it, and they play the balancing act of pumping water to the street. And then on any reverse osmosis system, there is a RO concentrate line. So that is all of the PFAS and nitrates in this case that are being stripped from the water, are then sent into a RO concentrate line, which is the dark gray pipe behind me, and they're sent over to 2 anion exchange units. And those anion exchange units are treating that concentrate before it enters the city's sewer. So it's capturing all of the PFAS before it is sent to the wastewater plant. And then that way we don't have to deal with more PFAS at the treatment plant, which is then not sent to the river, or the sludge, which then is land applied on farm fields. With well number 3 being completed, we are now focusing our attention to well number 4 for PFAS removal. Currently, we have a pilot study set up at this well, which is testing 3 different PFAS removal medias. Once this pilot study is completed, we'll be reviewing the results of all the medias with the Wisconsin DNR, and then choosing the best top performing media for PFAS removal.
The Well 4 project is expected to begin construction in 2027, with completion anticipated in 2028. The city received grant funding covering 49% of the Well 3 project and plans to pursue the same funding source for the Well 4 project. The city remains committed to minimizing impacts on water utility rates. To date, Prescott has been awarded just under $1.3 million through multi-district litigation involving PFAS manufacturers. In addition, the state of Wisconsin has approved $125 million in new funding for PFAS-related projects. The city's goal is to limit future utility rate increases by actively pursuing all available funding opportunities while ensuring the community's water supply meets the proposed standards as soon as possible.